this video, we'll be working with Cimco DNC-Max and with Mastercam, in this case, Mastercam X8. What we want to be able to do is set up specific directories for where our programs, when we post by default, when picking a specific machine type, where does that go? So that we can set up our Cimco DNC-Max so that the particular machine, when we go to select to send, it will automatically default to a folder. So for example, when I right click here and I say send a file, it automatically defaults to the folder 409 in a specific directory. And I want to be able to pick a machine, for example, a particular Haas machine. I want to be able to write a program and I would like it to post to this directory. So I'm going to go ahead and say cancel here. We're going to close this. And we're going to take a look at what we have set up right here. So by default, Mastercam is going to automatically go to its NC folder. So let's look at Mastercam's default directory. We can use the existing machine file we have here now that's open. So I'm going to go to Files. And we can see right here at the top the toolpath directory. I can change that temporarily for this particular file, but I'd like it so that any time that I pick this Haas Auto Vertical machine, that it will automatically default to the folder I'm needing. So in that case, our 409 under CNC underscore programs. So how do we set that up? So I'm going to go ahead and close out of this. I'm going to say File New because I have a program open. Say don't save it. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I have no machines in here because I want to be able to hard code this into the machine definition. So in that case, what I'll do is machine types, design. Now I can come back over here and I can hit this button that looks like a little firecracker. It says delete all operation groups and tools. Select that. Yes. In this case, that's remove that. Now, to be able to go in there and set this inside of Mastercam's configuration for this particular machine, I need to know what machine I want. And I do know that. It's going to be our Haas Auto. So I'm going to go to Settings, Machine Definition. When this window comes up, I'm looking for Opening Existing Machine. Don't save because there's nothing there to save. Now you'll see our list of machines. So I'm going to scroll down to my MP Haas Auto. I have one that's an auto, and then I have one that's an auto with fourth, giving me fourth axis capability. So I'm going to make that one my 412. But this one's going to be my 409. So I'm going to select that. Wait for a second for that machine definition to come up. Okay, now I have this up. So now what I'm going to look for here is I'm looking for edit the control definition. We can see it's my Haas Auto Vertical and how it's set up here. So I'm going to go to edit control definition. Of course, this other window comes up. I'm going to look for files and I can see data paths. So under data paths, I have NC programs. To the right here, I have basically the directory or the data path of where the programs, when I pick this machine, will default to. So in this case, it's under My Documents, My MCFolderdefaults, Mill, and C. So I'm going to change that. So I'm going to go ahead and use this button here to select, and I'm going to find, in this case, let's go ahead and slow that down. Let's find Computer. Let's find C. In this case, I am looking for customer files, CNC underscore programs, and 409. So I'm going to select OK. OK again. I'm going to apply this, yes. I'm going to close this one in the machine definition. Save all changes, yes. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is open up our file that we were using. And we're going to look at our properties and files. In this case, because I haven't just picked this as a fresh new machine. So for example, let's go ahead and close that, and I'll remove this. So I'm going to do the same thing you saw me do earlier, set it for design, and I'm going to set it for firecracker, and fine. So now when I go and load this machine definition, let's see if we can find that here, the auto right here. I'm going to take a look at the properties now, and we can see now this defaults automatically, and this is the directory. So now this will remember it every time we go to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick toolpath. We'll go through here. We'll use a flat end mill on that, and one of these real quickly. We'll set our cutting depths. So we have multiple passes down, so I can look at this later on inside of our editor on that. Just say 50, 30, and linking. Okay, so we'll say okay. Check that real quickly. We can see we have motion. That's good. Now what I want to do is now when I go ahead and post this, I'm expecting this to default to the particular folder we've now set up. So in that case, posting the program. And we can see that it's actually found CNC programs 409. In this case, it's saved as a Cimco sample. That. I'm going to go ahead and change the name because I would like to. PPSI-Cimco sample. We'll say save. So we have some code. We'll go ahead and close that. We'll minimize the Mastercam. And let's look at our client here for DNC-Max. So now when I right click and I say send a file, we see our PPSI Cimco sample file. We can see the file, and of course if we wanted to check that real quickly, going, is this the particular one that we wanted? I'll do the backplot, back simulation, and in this case we can see our motion. I have not set up the tool or anything else like that, so of course the tool definition is incorrect. But the tool motion is there and we can see all that. So we'll go ahead and close that. Now we can right click, say send file, select that file, say OK. So we'll see that file send, and the other machine has received it on that. Let's close that, and let's go ahead and open up our MDC, machine 9 in this case. So OK to run, and let's put in PPSI and enter. Let's go ahead and look at our status, all machines. We can see in this case our particular part number, the PPSI Cimco sample file, is ready to go. And we are ready, and we're in the middle of setup. We can see that our operator, and we can see that it automatically defaults to that. So I'm going to do the same thing again. So I'm going to go back into here real quickly, and we're just going to go ahead and set it up one more time. So let's take a look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and clear this out, machine design. We're going to go ahead and remove everything from here. We're going to go to settings. machine definition, open up a particular machine, don't save. I'm going to scroll down to the machine I want to use. In this case, I'm going to set this up for a Haas machine that has fourth axis option. So I'm going to say that's our 412 machine. Machine definition will open up. Once again, we're going to look for edit control definition, making sure here highlighted is the right one. It is. Good. Control definition. We're going to go to files. We're once again looking for data paths, NC. In this case, you can see this particular machine is doing the same thing. So we'll go ahead and select that. And we will go back to My Documents. Oh, no. Let's go down to the C directory on the machine where our programs are under the customer files, CNC programs, 412, say OK. So we're setting the path as we see here, and we're going to go ahead and apply this. Close this out. Yes, again. Under that, go ahead and get our sample file. I'm going to go ahead and open up a secondary machine. And I'm going to go ahead and open up the Haas Auto Fourth here. Let's take a look at the files. In this case, we can see it's defaulting to that directory. So now, whenever I pick this particular machine definition, it will always default to the 412. So that when I post out a program, anything that I write for this particular machine will automatically be loaded into that folder so that we'd be able to find it under our DNC. Let's take a look at our Cimco DNC-Max directories. So setup, in this case, configure server. We'll go to directories, and we can see that under our C directory, customer files, CNC_programs. That makes us into the root directory. And then looking for the folder underneath that, port, configure port. And let's take a look at our directories here under directories. And we can see in this particular machine, it goes to the root, following the main root. And then from there, it goes to that particular folder. So we have that by default on this side too. I hope you find this helpful for configuring your Cimco DNC-Max with the proper folder and also setting up Mastercam and having its default program NC folder being the folder that you want it to default to when going to send a program from DNC-Max. Thank you and have a good day. And don't forget to stop by our website, www.ppcadcam.com, and don't forget to like us on Facebook.